What did you really want to like but just couldn't get into? Creative Memories photo books. Started one when my son was a baby and got 4 pages done. He's 21 now and I still have gobs of colored paper sitting in my basement. I did discover Shutterfly a few years ago and have managed to do a few photo books.
Running. It's a great way to improve fitness, but I can't stand it.
Riding motorcycles. I really like the look of a lady on a motorcycle, but the first time I found myself sitting in 4 lanes of stand-still traffic sucking in fumes from the semi right next to me, I was like, this is fucking terrifying. Golf. Got some clubs, took lessons, played with guys from my office and friends. Just didn't click with me. Black coffee. I've tried good coffee, bad coffee, okay coffee, and everything in between. I've had drip, French press, pour-over, percolator, pod, canned, whatever. I've ground my own beans, had them ground locally, used pre-ground, etc. I've had black coffee for months on end. But ultimately, I just like it better with a bit of cream and sugar. Dancing. So many people seem to enjoy it but I honestly can't get into it. Freestyle, ballroom, salsa, you name it. It feels so fucking weird and awkward. Not fun to me at all, I'd literally rather get another root canal. And here is the kicker. I enjoy public speaking and in fact was pretty good at it. Performing in front of people isn't the issue, I don't care that I am not good at it, I just don't like it. Pointless sex. I mean, it's supposed to feel good, but I guess it's all in the head, for me. No intimacy, no pleasure, basically. Game of Thrones. Everyone told me I would love it and I really wanted to but watched the first season and wasn't hooked like I thought I'd be. I plan to give it another shot soon. Learning how to play guitar. I tried a few times, but each time I picked one up in earnest, a life event, usually health-related, happened and I had to put it down. Now I'm just out of time in my life. I'm hoping I can sometime in the future. Dungeons & Dragons. I love the mythology of it, I love RPG computer games, I love fantasy movies and all that stuff, but aside from the character rolling part which I loved, I hated it. So much boring shit. So much trying to get your party members to not be idiots. So many better ways to spend a Sunday afternoon.
The Walking Dead. Absolutely love zombies. The show started out great and, by the time I got to season 3, the show was more about the uninteresting dialogue between the characters more than anything. Absolute shame. Marijuana. Just made me feel stupid and unmotivated. Riding the couch isn't really my thing.
Bacon. I don't tell people I don't like bacon if I can avoid it, because people always react like I've said I want to murder their entire family. I live in the U.S.
Alcohol. It seems fun in theory but I hate drunk people and get massive hangovers. Even after 2 beers I'll wake up with a super dry mouth and feel like shit for the entire next day. Playing a musical instrument. Needs much investment of time like everything else.
Cooking. I hate the quantity of junk food I eat and I really like good food, but I just can't motivate myself to cook proper meals at all. It's not like I don't have the time, I'm just extremely lazy until I eventually get too hungry to do nothing anymore, then I get a takeaway or a ready meal. Coffee, caffeine in general. I'm incredibly caffeine sensitive. You know how folks get caffeine headaches from caffeine withdrawals? I get headaches from having caffeine. My heart rate increases, I get shaky, and it feels like the onset of a panic attack. And yes, even decaf has a small amount of caffeine in it. Plus, I get teased whenever I order it or the coffee shop hasn't brewed any for the day and there will be a long wait to get a drink. Womp. Almost all anime. It seems like such a promising medium, but I hate all the tropes, the melodrama is bizarre and makes it drawn out and boring, the animation is often inconsistent to the point of laziness, etc. I could list things all day. It's like a boring fever dream.
I've tried twice to get into Fortnite, can't stand it. The show, Friends. I gave it a chance, I really did, but I was left with the feeling that if my friends were like those, I'd rather not have any.
Socializing. I love the idea of being social but every time I go out I'm reminded of how much I hate people. Coding. I really want to do it but I'm just not hooked. Scrambled eggs, fried eggs, omelets. Such perfectly easy dishes that you could reinvent with whatever is at have every day. But I don't like the taste of egg, although I try every couple of months of maybe my palate had changed.
Most sports, for example football, both American and soccer. There is a whole fanatical culture out there I'm missing out on. It would be nice to not be dying a little inside when hanging out with friends who start banging on about this or that team, match, manager.
The last few seasons of Doctor Who. I absolutely love Doctor Who, but after Matt Smith, the entire series started taking a total shit. The first Peter Capaldi season was alright, but it didn't really resonate as Doctor Who to me, and after that I just lost interest, the story and acting went downhill and it lost the feel of Doctor Who to me. Marvel movies.
Strategy games. StarCraft feel like a math exercise for me. Just let me blow stuff up, now. Living and breathing. I got used to the breathing part but not the living.
Drinking alcohol. Never really liked the taste, although I did enjoy the social aspect of it. The Fate franchise, there's just so much and the series I've watched bored me.
Books. I want to read them so badly but I struggle to find the will to read them. I think I'm addicted to social media and that's keeping me from reading, but I'm not sure.
Hollow Knight. I've heard so many great things about it from people that have put 40 to 100 hours into the game, but it just didn't click with me. I bought it on sale one day after my friend told me I had to play it and I played like 6 hours, but I just wasn't enjoying myself. It sucks because I very much appreciate the art and music of the game, but it's just not for me.
Dave Matthews Band. I just can't. Game of Thrones and Friends. While I can understand why people think they are good shows, after first season one just couldn't carry on.
Skyrim. Everything went well when I started it until I didn't get any instructions anymore, stole a horse, fell off a cliff and never played again. Scotch. Being of Scottish heritage and it's my Gramps' favorite. I just can't seem to get over the taste.
Snapchat. It's become so integrated into teenage socialization, so I felt it'd be in my best interests to make an account. I use it, but I hate it. The whole platform is shallow and pointless. Soccer. I really want to like it, but I am just way too bad at it in addition to not have an interest in watching live soccer.
Breaking Bad. I majored in chemistry. Then I taught it for 3 years. Every single person told me I should watch that show. Just couldn't get into it. Subway. The bread is too much for me.
First-person shooter video games.
Rick and Morty. A few people told me they thought I would find it funny and smart, but I just found it loud and weird. Anal, such a pain in the ass to be honest.
EDM. It's been several years now, so I'm assuming the next big cultural trend will come along sooner than later, but man, I could never get on board with the EDM train.
Breaking Bad, GOT, and The Walking Dead. I wanted so bad to enjoy them with everyone, but I don't like them for various reasons. Supernatural, a series.
Lord of the Rings. Everyone I know raves about them and I've tried to watch them a few times but I just can't help but daydream through them. Football. It doesn't really interest me. I've tried to get into it multiple times but it just never clicked with me. Gym, but I'm lazy and can't keep a diet.
Philip Pullman's Dark Materials trilogy. I've read them, but I was never really engaged by them. I just didn't care enough about the characters.
Exercise. Unamused face. Honestly did jogging and stuff and I don't understand what people mean when they say they get a post-workout high, like bish I'm just hecking tired, let me catch my breath.
How I Met Your Mother. I tried so hard. FOMO probably. But I think I've reconciled it now. Fords. All of the ones I've ever owned needed repairs within a couple months. I'm on Team Toyota now.
Breaking Bad. I have tried 3 times, but I just don't like it all. That being said, I don't like anything that has to do with cancer. Harry Potter. It'll be an unpopular answer probably, but ever since it came out, everyone around me was like Hufflepuff and Snitch and Quidditch, and I had absolutely no idea it was like a different language to me. I was too late to the party and just couldn't get into it after that.
Sitcoms. All my friends I've ever had love them and I just don't enjoy them. I've tried watching a few different ones just to be in conversations or understand references, but I just can't get into them.